Hello world, and welcome to the channel. I'm Joy, and here we are all about growing and glowing, so be sure to smash that subscribe button to join the fam. So as you saw from the title, today's story is going to be about a lady who almost died receiving illegal butt injection. But before we get into the video, if you are a business owner and want to grow your online presence, or if you want to learn how to create content, head over to bossclubacademy.com where you can learn 101 Canva tutorials, how to build websites, and much more. Now let's dive into the video. Angela Pedroso, who was a 26-year-old mother at the time of the incident, allegedly received a Brazilian butt lift in a back alley practice in Rio de Janeiro. The procedure left her with gaping wounds in her butt. So, allegedly, after having 300 milliliters of silicone injected into both butt cheeks, Andrea Pedroso was left with rotting flesh. What's even more interesting about this story is that, yes, we know that she chose to get cheap butt injections, but she got them from a massage therapist. Investigators have named the fake doctor Simone Costa, who was a massage therapist with no formal medical training. After the unsuccessful surgery, Angela was left with huge craters and endured 2 months in the hospital with agonizing pain, while the doctors worked non-stop to try to preserve her life. It all started in 2018 when Angela made the decision to get her butt injections done. The very first time she went, she had 100 milliliters injected, and the second time she went, she had 300 milliliters. She said she wanted her butt to have an extra oomph to it so that she could feel sexier. She allegedly had treatment from Simone Costa, whose phony back alley business was backed by others because she had cheap prices. And also she was able to travel to the client's home so they didn't have to worry about leaving or traveling anywhere. But here's another twist in the story. So customers were allegedly receiving silicone injections rather than the hydrogel injections that they were told they were given. And this is what is thought to have happened in Angela's case. So Angela stated that after her friend brought up Simone Costa to her to go and get her augmentations done, she brought it up to her family and they tried to talk her out of it after learning about a 46-year-old woman who had previously died from going to see Simone Costa the year before. But that did not discourage Angela. She was dead set on getting these butt injections. Angela goes on to say that she thought that Lillian and the other people who had died from Simone Costa's phony services, they were just unlucky and that would never happen to her. So that's when she decided to play it safe and just get 100 milliliters of silicone the first time, just to see if there was any kind of reaction. Once she saw that there was no reaction, that's when she decided to go back for another 200 milliliters of silicone injections. So the day that she decided to get her second round of silicone injections is the day that her mother arrived to her home unexpectedly and found her daughter with a whole bunch of needles sticking out of her butt. But Angela lied to her family and told her family that she was getting a lymphatic drainage procedure. And within about an hour after the procedure was done, she started to experiencing piercing chest pains. So that's when Simone Costa started to give her painkillers, but none of the painkillers were working. And the pain just kept getting worse and worse. And it got so bad to the point to where Angela said that she was starting to go deaf. And that's when her mother panicked. Angela was rapidly deteriorating and was rushed to a hospital where she was admitted. Angela says that she remembers being transported to another hospital because her condition was worsening, and she heard paramedics telling her mother to just pray for her because there was nothing else that they can do, that she was going into septic shock. Septic shock is a life-threatening condition caused by a severe localized infection that requires immediate medical attention. At that point, she says she started to pray to God to please not to let her die because she wanted to be there for her 2 kids. She was in the hospital for over 2 months and in excruciating pain for at least 20 days. She seemed completely helpless and even had to lay on her front side, which led her into a deep, dark depression. Despite medical intervention, infection in her cheeks accelerated, causing tissue and muscle to rot and sepsis to affect her organs, causing her body to balloon twice its size. Surgeons removed infections, administered antibiotics and steroids, but Angela was still left with a lopsided butt with scars. She now faces reconstructive surgery requiring stomach fat to reshape her butt. She was terrified that the reconstructive surgery would not work because the first step had already had several complications. The American Society of Plastic Surgeons said the Brazilian butt lift procedures is safe using the patient's own fat and augment to improve the appearance of the butt, but only if the injections remain in the subcutaneous tissue. The British Association of Aesthetic Plastic Surgeons asked its members to stop performing BBLs until more research on the dangers of the procedure can be done. The warning followed several deaths of UK citizens. Surgeons went on to remove fat deposits using lipo from her thighs to rebuild her butt. They were alarmed when some of the deposits were rejected and started to rot away. So basically, after she went into this reconstructive surgery, her body was still rejecting it. So it's just like she just couldn't, get better. Like her body started to even reject that. So her flesh started to rot even more, which is really kind of sad. It also left her butt lopsided as her cheeks needed more filler. So y'all, if I'm looking down, it's because I'm reading off of my notes to make sure that I don't forget anything. So yeah. The follow-up procedure will extract additional fat from her stomach and should proportionalize her butt. But this was delayed while she was recovering. While recovering, Angela said that she was in constant pain and her stitches had even split, which ultimately left her with a whole nother dent in her butt. Simone Costa was arrested at her home shortly after being identified. She remained in jail for 3 months and then was released on bail. She was facing charges of grievous bodily harm causing permanent damage to the victim and operating illegally as a medical professional. She faced up to 10 years in prison. Now, I was doing research on Simone Costa and I couldn't really find anything. So I'm not really sure exactly what happened to her regarding this case. But my guess is that after this happened, she just kind of went under wraps. She kind of deleted everything and, no one could really find much of her. My thoughts on it is that, if you are going to get surgery, like I say in almost every video, if you are going to get surgery, then make sure you are doing your proper due diligence, because it's really not worth going somewhere just because it's cheaper where you are seriously risking your life and your health. All of that could have been avoided, just doing your proper research. I mean, honestly, if you are going to a massage therapist for like a back alley practice of silicone injections, you would think that you would know, like, hey, this is a big risk that I'm taking. You know what I'm saying? But who knows? I don't know if she understood the risks or not, but that's what I'm doing this channel for, is to get more information out there for people who maybe don't understand the dangers of getting illegal silicone injections or, stuff in that related to that. But that's it for this video, and if you made it this far, I really appreciate you for watching. But do me a favor and subscribe, like, and comment. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, y'all, so don't forget to like this video and subscribe so we can get to 1,000 subscribers, y'all. And yeah, I want to thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.